भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनोवधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमां ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ So we'll take this song of Madhura Madhura Meenakshi. This Pujya Swamiji composed this in 1978 or 79 when the second course was going on in Sandipani Sadhanalaya. I hope I'm able to communicate. I'm quite close to the mic. Okay, don't worry. You're able to hear. If you are able to hear, show me thumbs up.
Yes,
if you're not able to hear, show thumbs down.
We are hearing you, Swamiji. We can hear.
Okay. In this song, actually, the highlight of this song is that he's talking about how Ambal, how mother serves as Mother Meenakshi. She serves as Maya. She is actually Maya, and how she is one with the truth. That is being shown here in the last 4 lines. But before that, we have just asking for her grace. So Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, Madhurapuri Nilaye, the one who lives in Madhurapuri, Mathura, one who lives in Madurai, she is being implored to shower her kind grace on all of us. For me, Mam Pahi comes, So Mam means I. I means what? I means everybody. So may you protect me. May you protect me. May you protect all of us individually and totally. So may you protect all of us, O Mother Jagadamba, the Mother of the universe, because she is the one without whom this creation would not be possible. Because Brahma itself cannot create. I'll come to that later. So Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, Madhura Puri Nilaye, Amba Jagadamba. So Jagadamba the Jagadamba portion came later on. It doesn't matter, let it be there. That's also called Mother of the universe. And then Madhura Madhura Vag Vilasani. She's very eloquent. Vag means speech. She revels in her speech, and she makes everybody revel in her speech. So therefore, she is eloquent also. She is eloquent means she is able to communicate all ideas without any let or hindrance. She is able to express all her ideas. She is able to express all her ideas clearly so as to make all of us understand. Madhura Madhura Vag Vilasani, Matangi. Matangi is, there is a sage, Matanga. So she is supposed to be the daughter of the sage. Matanga Muni. So Matanga Muni, this word you must have heard before also in one of the songs. Matanga Munivara Vandita Isha Sarvadigambara Veshtita Vesha. Said come in one of the songs which we learnt before. In Bho Sambho. So in that song, this word comes Matanga. Here the word is Matangi, referring to mother. Matangi, and Marakatangi. Marakata is emeralds, the green stones. All the green stones. Emerald, I think, is green. Yeah, that's right. Emerald is green. We people are not supposed to know, and I don't know, but I think it is. Emerald is green. So emerald is green, and Marakatangi. Marakatangi means her body, whole body is adorned with the jewels of emerald, and she looks greenish. Marakatangi. She is decked with emeralds, bedecked with emeralds. Matangi, Marakatangi, Matar Mama Hridaya Nivasini, the one who lives, the one who lives and shines in my Buddhi Guha. Buddhi Guha. Buddhi Guha is supposed to be referred to in the Shastra as of the size of this Angushta, the size of the thumb. In that thumb, in the Buddhi, she abides. She is that Buddhi, that thumb-sized Buddhi is the most suitable equipment to reflect consciousness. So in that, and for all knowledge to take place, any knowledge takes place only in the Buddhi. So when I talk these words, when you register all these words, where does the registration take place? Just imagine, where does the registration of the meaning take place? It is the Buddhi. In that Buddhi, you also shine. You shine as I. Everybody shines as I in that Buddhi Guha. That Buddhi Guha, there alone all the knowledge takes place. And so that is where Mother also stays. Mother Meenakshi, she stays there. Mama Hridaya Nivasini, Matar Mama Hridaya Nivasini, Mampahi, may you protect me. May you protect me. I am at thy feet. May you protect me. Santapa Harini means the one who removes all the pains. So we have seen this before also. We have three types of pains. Adhyatmika pain, that is concerned with, that is centered on the physical body mind complex. So there can be sickness, there can be headache, there can be tension with reference to mind and buddhi. So there can be pain in there can be different types of afflictions like hunger, thirst, etc. So those applications are also adhyatmika tapam. So adhyatmika tapam, then we have adi bhautika tapam. Mosquitoes coming and biting, scorpions coming and biting, people coming and shouting around. A big loudspeaker will be there, and that loudspeaker, somebody will shout something. They'll do that, what is that? It's called bang. In Urdu and in Hindi, we call it bang. Bang means the call that he gives to Allah. So he'll be shouting at 3 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. There are certain times when he'll be shouting there. So that one. So when you are having a class or something, suppose if you are living next to the masjid, then you will definitely hear that. That is one of the tapas. There are other tapas also. If masjid mic is not there, there are other mics around. They'll be playing some songs and disturbing it. That is also adi bhautika tapa. So these types of tapas are there. Please protect me from them. All the other various pains and disturbances which actually prevent me from listening to Sad Vastu. We are praying here only for that reason. There are so many obstacles to Sad Vastu. There are obstacles for moksha. So therefore, Santapaharini, O Santapaharini, the one who removes all these pains, please, I pray to you. Then there is Adi Bhautik, Adi Devika. Adi Devika is caused by forces external to all of us. So like, thunder, lightning, earthquake, flood. These are all Adi Devika tapas. So we are protecting. That is why we say Om Shanti Shanti 3 times. So we are praying to Ma to protect us from all these 3 types of pains. Santapa Harini. Then we have, of course, so many other, our own pains also we have. So all the pains, one word is enough. Santapa Harini is enough. So she takes away all the pain. Then the next stanza in the Charanam, we have Sundareshwara Bhageshwari. So Sundareshwara is Shiva, Lord Shiva. Sundareshwara Bhageshwari. She is a part of him. She is the half of him. In fact, she is the better half. Swamiji will say she is the better half. Because all the women are like that. All the women, they are actually the better half of the husband. That's how we refer to in the language, in English language. So wife is always better half. So this fellow is only the worse half, I think. Better half is only a husband. I'm sorry, better half is the wife. So Sundareshwara Bhageshwari. But here, what it refers to is that both the Karanas, the Karana for the Jagat, the cause of the creation is twofold. One, we have the material cause, and one, we have the intelligent cause. So without intelligent cause means all the knowledge to create. Without knowledge to create, no creation is going to be manifest. Without knowledge to create, no creation is going to be manifest. The Lord is all the knowledge, Sundareshwara. So we refer to him as the one who is material cause, and then intelligent cause, knowledge, all the knowledge. So Nimitta Karanam, we call it Nimitta Karanam. So therefore, the cause for everything is all knowledge. Whenever you want to create something, you should already have the knowledge about it. So that knowledge is what is being talked about. Even before this manifested creation comes forth, before this manifested creation appears, the Lord's knowledge has to be there. Without the Lord's knowledge, the creation cannot come. So in one of the Upanishads, it refers to, this creation is referred to as Yatha Purvam Akalpayat. So he imagined, or he projected this universe based on the knowledge of the previous cycle of this universe. He has knowledge of the previous cycle of the universe, and based on that, he projects this thing. So this is the whole thing is a projection. Sundareshwara, so he has this projection, the projecting power, the knowledge to project the power as it was before. The knowledge, he has the knowledge to project the creation. Why is it creation? Why is it projection? The creation is a projection. Why? Because it is collapsible. It is collapsible like your dream and my dream. So the dream scene we are able to manifest. You are the intelligent cause for it. You are the knowledge for it. And when you sleep, your mind projects this dream sequences. All the dream scenes that you have, they're all projections of your own mind with reference to whatever you already know. So the Lord projects this creation, this manifestation called creation. He projects it according to the knowledge of the previous cycle of the creation. And why does he project this? He projects this so that all the jivas can exhaust their karma. So there are jivas, karmas are there. The previous, how did karma come place in the first place? Because of the previous cycle. All the jivas of the previous cycle, their karma is not exhausted. They have got infinite karmas to everybody's account. But time has come for the creation to be collapsed. So when the time has come for the creation to be collapsed, that time the Lord withdraws the creation. Just like a spider can withdraw the web. Just like you and I can withdraw our dream scene. What happens to the dream scene? It is withdrawn without our will. We don't have a will there in the dream. In the dream, you don't have a will. You don't have kartapan. You don't have kartritvam. You don't have doership in the dream. So therefore, we don't have control over what appears in the dream. Dream, something will appear, and we have to see that. We have no choice but to see that. Suppose you had kartritvam, then what would have happened? If you had kartritvam, then you could have been able to change the dream. So many dreams we don't like. Those dreams we can change, like you change the channel and the remote, no TV remote. Like that we could have changed. But that change is not possible because we don't have kartritvam in the dream. When the mind half wakes up, in sleep, the mind wakes up, half wakes up, and there in the half woken up mind, The thoughts come and those thoughts appear as the projection. They appear as the scenes that appear in your dream. So like that, the dream world is a projection. And you are able to collapse it. When you wake up, the whole dream gets automatically collapsed. Like that, the Srishti also collapses. The Lord uh, on the time span. When the Srishti reaches its time span, the end of the time span, at that time the Srishti collapses. That is called pralayam. Layam, pralayam. Your sleep and my sleep is called layam. Ishvara's withdrawing of this projection is called pralayam. Pralayam. And then so he's able, so therefore all the jivas, all the jivas karmas, those karmas also get collapsed. All those karmas come back into the seed form. The whole creation is there into the seed form. It is there in unmanifest condition. Unmanifest condition. And all that creation has to become manifest again. So when it becomes manifest, when the creation has to manifest, it needs the power of Maya. Without the power of Maya, it cannot be brought out. The manifestation cannot be brought out. So that Maya is called the Upadana Karanam, the material cause for this creation. So Ambal, she is the mother, is the material cause of the creation, and she projects with her on his side. One side is, so you can see all those Ardhanarishwara temples, Ardhanarishwara temples where Shiva and Parvati, Shakti, both of them are combined together. Without Shakti, no creation can come. So she is the Shakti who helps, who contributes to the manifestation of the creation, Maya. So she becomes the Upadana Karanam. In fact, she is Shiva, he is Shiva, as Nimitta Karanam, the Lord is seen as Shiva, Nimitta Karanam, as Shiva, and then as Shakti with Maya, with the power of Maya, to project the creation. It is Shakti. Okay. So Shiva, the Lord himself, the Lord himself, Satchidananda Brahma can never change. Even when you say Satchit Ananda, it never changes. It is always Nityam Brahma. Satchidananda Brahma, now also it is Brahma. Previously, before the creation came, also it was Brahma. Now also it is Brahma. After this whole Srishti is collapsed, then also it continues to be Brahma. So that is what is shown in the Chandogya Upanishad. If you have heard of that, there is this Chandogya Upanishad where this boy, Nachiket, the boy is there. His name is Shvetaketu. Shvetaketu is taught by his father. In fact, Shvetaketu was 12 years old. When he was 12 years old, the father discovered that this boy should be sent to the Gurukulam. Send him to the boarding school. That is better. That is a better place for him to learn. He was sent there. And then when he learned there for 12 years, 24, at the age of 24, he came back. And he came back, he seemed to be very arrogant. So there is Anuchamani, there is a word there, in that Upanishad, describing this boy, Shvetaketu. Then when the father saw that, then he said, these are not lakshanas for an educated man. A man should be, the more you know, the one who has studied should be modest. The one who has studied should have vinayam. He should be humble. So he asks his boy, hey, did you ask your teacher for that knowledge, knowing which everything else becomes as well known? Did you ask him for the knowledge, knowing which everything becomes as well known? So he said, how is that possible? When you know one thing, you know everything. How is that possible? He said, yeah, did you ask your teacher? For that boy said, I don't think my teacher knew it. Oh, then suddenly he realized that this is wrong. This is the wrong way of answering. So he asked his father, oh Lord, oh Father, is there such a knowledge? The father said, yes. So just like you know, if you know one clod of earth, you know all the things that have come from earth, from clay. If you know one lump of clay, you know all the finished product that comes out of clay, pot and plate and everything, saucer, everything you would know like that. If you know steel, you know all the things that are made up of steel. So he uses the word there. He uses the word for a product, steel product. He uses the word nakha nikrandanam. Nakha nikrandanam means a nail cutter. The nail cutter is of steel. So like that steel comes from nail cutter. When you know the nail, when you know it is steel, then you as well know about it. Like that, there are so many products that are coming out of steel. And when you know all that, you have the knowledge of the cause. So like that, this boy is taught. So then he says, the boy, please teach me, he says. The boy becomes humble and asks the father, please teach me. And there, the first sentence is this. So this sentence is that he says, Sadeva Saumya idamagre asit. The whole world, this world that you see, the manifested world that you see, is actually Brahma, Sat Vastu. Sat eva Saumya idamagre. Idamagre means before all this. Before all this, everything was Sat. Now also it is Sat, and when this goes up, it is all going to get revolved in, it's all going to get resolved in Sat. Satvastu Brahma, like that he says. So Satvastu cannot change. In that Satvastu, this creation is, the projected creation is seen. Satvastu cannot change. How does it change? It changes only because of the Shakti, Maya power, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi. Okay. So the Lord, the Swamiji here refers to the creation as Sundareshwara, and she is what? Sundareshwara Bhageshwari. So she's a part of him. She's half of him, Bhageshwari. Sundareshwara Bhageshwari. So Bhaga and Ishwara. So one Bhaga of Sundareshwara is Ishwari, like that. So one Bhaga, so with that Bhaga, the Lord becomes the locus of Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam, both. Sudaya Sundareshwara Bhageshwari, Suvaradi Jagadishwari. And she's what? She's Chaye. Chaya means what? Chaya means Maya. Like, she's like something like, Chaya means, this, it's a power actually. Chaya is the power, like shadow. She's always with the Lord. She's inseparable. And so she is Chaye. And she's Suvaradi Jagadishwari. Suvaha, Bhurbuva, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, all these lokas. Suvaradishwari, Jagadishwari, Chaye. Swaradi Jagadishwari. Jagadishwari, she is the goddess of this entire world. And she is Paritatma Paritarini. Patitatma Paritarini. Patitatma means what? Patitatma means all of us jivas. We are all fallen off. We are all fallen off, and we are all enveloped by our ignorance. And because of that ignorance, we do not know our real nature. Because we don't know our real nature, so therefore we look upon ourselves as being, as individuals, as Vyakti, and because we are Vyaktis, because we are individuals, so therefore we also have self-consciousness to a very high degree. That self-consciousness to a high degree makes us look at others and compare ourselves with others and feel small and feel little. So therefore, I want to become big. I want to become better. I want to become better. I want to become big. I want to become big. So this is a perennial quest for the human being, seeking to be complete, seeking to be adequate, seeking to get rid of this limitedness. I want to become limitless. That limitless I am already, but I do not know. Limitless I am already because I am of the nature of consciousness, but I do not know. And so therefore now I have, in order to get limit, in order to be in order to grow from a limited being to a limitless. Limited being is what? It is only my notion. What is the definition of Jiva? Jiva is a person who has his own notion about himself. That self notion. One's own notion about oneself is different from what one is. One's own notion about oneself is different from what one is. So that actually makes me a sansari. That actually makes me a jiva. So jiva, what he does is he, in order to become complete, in order to become the whole, he has got limitless desires. So many infinite desires he has got, and he tries to fulfill all of them one by one, one by one. He tries to, and he doesn't succeed because you cannot fulfill every desire straight away at the same time. If you are infinite, then you should only know that you are infinite. You cannot become infinite. Becoming infinite means infinite cannot have different stages. So infiniteness is not a stage. Infiniteness is a fact which has to be understood. So she is, so therefore, so trying to do all those things, what we do, we fall off from our essential nature, and therefore we become patitatmas. All the jivatma is patitatma. Patitatma means lot of actions we commit, lot of papa gathers on, lot of papa we, lot of conflicts we gather, lot of papa we gather, lot of punya we gather, and in order to exhaust both papa and punya, both of them become bondage. Papa is the iron chain, and punya also is a chain only. That is also a bandhana. It is a golden chain. So what difference does it make whether you are bound by a golden chain or an iron chain? Doesn't make any difference. They are bound only. That is why the word patitatma. Patitatma here, so jiva is referred to as a patitatma, and this patitatma, she helps him cross. Patitatma paritarini helps him cross. And what cross? Permanently. Once you cross this ocean of samsara, then there is no more samsara again for you. You are liberated, totally liberated. In the next cycle again, you won't come back. You already attained the nature of the Lord. Patitatma paritarini. Paritarini means very paritaha. All over, from all sides, from all the problems are taken care of at one shot. All karmas are knocked over in one shot, and then you are completely, permanently have crossed over. Paritarita, you become. Paritarita means someone who has been paritarita. Paritarita means someone who has become completely free from, he has crossed over permanently, once and for all. And there is no more crossing left. Paritarini, Maye. She is what? Maye. Jagadishwari Chaye is Maye. So therefore, she is the other half of the Lord. Paritarini, Jagadish, Paritarini, Paritatma Paritarini, Maye. She is the one who is who enables all the jivas to cross over. Paritarini, Paritatma Paritarini Maye. She is Paramaguhya, Parabrahma Sahaye. Paramaguhya means what? Paramaguhya means she is not seen. She is a secret, like, she is not seen. And she is Paramaguhya, the greatest secret. She is the greatest secret. The secret in the secret, what is there? The secret is that if you don't know, it is a secret. Anything, if you don't know, it is a secret. And you don't know because either you are ignorant about it or nobody has told you about it. So this particular secret is, I don't know about it. I'm born, self-ignorance is there. And nobody tells me also. In life, nobody tells me. Mother, father, nobody tells me that you are Parabrahma, you are Brahma, you are Atma, you are Satchidananda Atma. Nobody tells us. They give me a name and they tell that you are this. And that's all. And so that notion, the notion becomes deeply entrenched that I am this body-mind complex. I am this body-mind complex. I'm an individual. I'm an individual means I'm an entity. I'm an entity means the other people whom I see, they are also entities. All the people, all the beings, they are all entities. They all enjoy their own individuality, sense of individuality. That means what? Sense of individuality means their own notion about themselves. So the notion that I have about myself makes me a jiva. So that one is a notion. I don't know. I don't know who I am. I only know that I am. I am, everybody knows. I am, that everybody knows. But what I am, that people do not know. So therefore, this is always a secret. I don't know. The ignorant about myself, the self is always a secret for you. Although the secret is the, also the self is the, even though the self is the closest to you, even though the self is closest to you, you do not know about the self. So you look upon yourself as Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, then there's a structure, system into which we are born. We get identified with ourselves with that system. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra, etc. This is all Maya. This is all Maya because of Maya. Everything is covered. All this is all covered by ignorance. My ignorance is my own Maya. Ignorance, in fact, Maya appears as ignorance. So therefore, I do not know about myself. And nobody tells me also here. I grew up, I go to the school, later on I go to the college, and get graduated, and go to universities, do degrees, do all these things, to get a doctorate and everything, but still I do not know. None of the universities and none of the bodies of knowledge available for study in the universe tells me about myself. They don't tell me about myself. So therefore, Parama Guhya, the secret is always Guhyam until you go to a Satguru. If you go to a Sadguru, if you go to a teacher, then he tells you about the Atma Vastu. He tells about you. He tells about your own essential nature. And he tells you that this body, mind complex, they are all instruments in your hands and you are the user. And you, the user, are nothing but consciousness. And that consciousness is equal to Ishvara. Okay. So that Paramukhya and who are you actually? You are actually Parabrahma. And that Parabrahma is the Lord. And that is what you also are. And she is what? Parabrahma, Paramagukhya Sahaye. Sahaye means she helps him. In what way does she help him? She helps him in making this creation manifest. So we are all, as Jivas, we are product of Ishvara and Maya. Paramagukhya Parabrahma Sahaye. She helps him to get this out. But then when she also paves way for me to get the knowledge. So that is why she is Patitatma Paritarini. Okay. So that is the subject Swamiji was dealing with at that time. I think he was talking about Maya or something perhaps that time. Suddenly he got this thing. There were inspirations also. There were people around who used to take him on and he say Parabrahma, Parabrahma, Paramagukhya Parabrahma Sahaye, like that, these lines he came over, he got it and then put all these lines together and made it into a song, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi. Originally tuned in Raga Vasanta. And then later on it was changed to Bhageshwari. Bhageshwari seems to be a little bit easier than Vasanta, but I will give exposure first to the Vasanta, Raga Vasanta. So this is very impressive, this Raga is. Vasanta Raga is of South Indian classical music, is slightly quite different from the North Indian. I think they are quite different ragas. There's a Vasant Raga also. Vasant Raga, which you sing in the spring. In Hindustani classical music, this Vasant Raga is sung. It is actually springtime raga. So springtime raga, since it is, so therefore most of the Holi songs, Holi, 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 the color festival which they celebrate, the Holi songs are all in this Kafi Rag. This Kafi Rag and Vasant Rag. Around spring it comes. So during the spring, this raga is sung, and it is we have all in our classical music, Indian classical music, we have every rag has got its own time. So we have got Dupalam, which is sung in the morning. And that raga sounds beautiful in the morning. Afternoon, it is very melodious, no doubt. But the melody that you get, the striking effect which it has in the morning is not present in the afternoon or evening or whatever. So that is that Bhupalam, Bhupalam and Bauli and all those ragas. In Hindustani, we have Ahir Bhairav. So these also, they're all morning ragas. Then there are mid-morning ragas. Then there are late morning ragas. Then we have afternoon ragas. Then we have evening ragas, early evening ragas. Then we have night ragas. Like that, we have various ragas. The one raga which is melodious any time of the day is Bhairavi, Sindhu Bhairavi. We have a song in Sindhu Bhairavi also, Shanmugam Bhaja Shanmugam, which we'll see later on. Swamiji's song only it is. And so this raga actually Basant raga, which in the Hindustani classical music you sing it during springtime, and that time it is very melodious. At other times it's okay, it's very nice to hear, beautiful to hear, but still the best melody, best effect of that song, if you want to hear, you should hear it in that season. I don't know why, but there is something very striking about it. That at that particular time, a particular raga will strike you like anything. So that is the greatness of our classical music. And Western classical, I don't know about that. I won't comment, but I have not got that. I've heard a little bit of Western music also, but not that I dislike them. Some of the songs are all good also, but still, this Indian classical music is something. It's a great thing to be born in this culture and to be born with this music in your system. It's a great gift of Ishvara. So that I'll suffice with that. I'll stop with that thing. We'll go to the song now. मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी. I'll repeat every line. मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुर मधुरापुरी निलये मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुर मधुर वाग्विलासिनी. I'm going to the verse, the Anupallavi. मधुर मधुर वाग्विलासिनी. The first madhura is exactly the starting madhura. मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी, like that. मधुर मधुर वाग्विलासिनी मधुर मधुर वाग्विलासिनी मातंगी मरकतांगी मातंगी मरकतांगी मधुर मधुर वाग्विलासिनी मातंगी मरकतांगी मधुर मधुर वाग्विलासिनी मातंगी मरकतांगी मातंगी मरकतांगी मातर मम हृदय निवासिनी मातर मम हृदय निवासिनी
मां पाहि संतापहारिणी मातर्मम हृदय निवासिनी मातर्मम हृदय निवासिनी मां पाहि संतापहारिणी मधुर मधुर मां पाहि मातर्मम हृदय निवासिनी मां पाहि संतापहारिणी मां पाहि मां पाहि संतापहारिणी मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी. These are not the type of songs which you can sing in repetition thing, but somehow I felt that this should be learnt, and so therefore I'm trying to repeat. I'm also not used to repeating these lines, so therefore sometimes I miss the tune. मातर्मम हृदय निवासिनी मां पाहि संतापहारिणी मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी. मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुरापुरी निलये अम्ब मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी. मधुर मधुर वाग्विलासिनी. I'll repeat the first Anupallavi. मधुर मधुर वाग्विलासिनी मातंगी मरकतांगी मातंगी मरकतांगी मातर्मम हृदय निवासिनी मातर्मम हृदय निवासिनी मां पाहि संतापहारिणी मां पाहि संतापहारिणी मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी मधुरापुरी निलये अम्बा मधुर मधुर मीनाक्षी. सुंदरेश्वर भागेश्वरी सुंदरेश्वर भागेश्वरी सुंदरेश्वर भागेश्वरी. There are gamakas also you can take when you repeat second time or third time. सुंदरेश्वर भागेश्वरी सुंदरेश्वर भागेश्वरी सुवरादि जगदीश्वरी छाये सुवरादि जगदीश्वरी छाये सुंदरेश्वर भागेश्वरी सुंदरेश्वर भागेश्वरी सुवरादि जगदीश्वरी छाये सुवरादि जगदीश्वरी छाये पतितात्म परितारिणी माये पतितात्म परितारिणी माये पतितात्म परितारिणी माये परम गुह्य परब्रह्म सहाये परम गुह्य परब्रह्म सहाये पतितात्म परितारिणी माये Paramaguhya Parabrahma Sahai, Paramaguhya Parabrahma Sahai, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, Madhura Puri Nilaye, Amba Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, Madhurapuri Nilaye Amba Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, Madhura Madhura Vagvilasini, Madhura Madhura Vagvilasini, Matangi Marakatangi, Matangi Marakatangi, Matarama Hridaya Nivasini, Matarama Hridaya Nivasini, Mampahi Santapharini, Mampahi Santapharini, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, Madhura Puri Nilaye Amba, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi. Sundareshwara Bhageshwari, Sundareshwara Bhageshwari, Sundareshwara Bhageshwari, Sundareshwara Bhageshwari, Suvarahadi Jagadishwari Chaye, Suvaradi Jagadishwari Chaye, Patitatma Paritarini Maye, Patitatma Paritarini Maye, Paramaguhya Parabrahma Sahai, Paramaguhya Parabrahma Sahai, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, Madhura Puri Nilaye Amba, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi. So since that word Bhageshwari comes, that's why it was attempted to tune the song in Bhageshwari Ragam in 1990. So first we didn't know about this change. It came to light only during Swamiji's 60th birthday in Rishikesh. Pujya Swamiji had his 60th birthday in Rishikesh in 1990. And that time this song was presented by Maharajapuram Santanam in Bhageshwari. And he did that in Bhageshwari. He told Swamiji, suggested that it should be in Bhageshwari. And because Bhageshwari word comes there, that's why. Actually, this one is Bhageshri, but it doesn't mean it's the same meaning. Meaning is the same, Bhageshwari only. And she is his Bhageshwari. Sundareshwara's Bhaga is Amba. So therefore, Sundareshwara Bhageshwari. So, but then he changed the talam also. Now this original talam is, I think, 8 beats. Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, multiple of 8 beats. Madhura Puri Nilaye Amba, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi. We also tried this first, Sundareshwara Bhageshwari, Sundareshwara Bhageshwari. You've gone to Bhageshwari now. From Basanta, you've gone to Bhageshwari. So this is a beautiful thing, this lady who composed this along with Swamiji. Swamiji only composed the tune, but she's a musician, so she could do this, and she taught me this particular variation. Sundareshwara Bhageshwari, Sundareshwara. We are still in Vasanta. Sundareshwara, Bhageshwari. Now, suppose we do it like this. Sundareshwara, Bhageshwari. You go to Bhageshwari. But after that, we didn't experiment further because this song, original song, was so beautiful that we didn't want to tamper, we didn't want to change. It took quite some time for me to pick up this Vasanta tune. I'm not very good in this, because I'm not formally trained in music, so I don't know music really. But because of some previous janmas, punya or Ishwara's grace, some throat is there, and so therefore sometimes I'm able to pick up this thing. Still, there are 2 or 3 songs of Swamiji which yet I'm not confident of singing. Like there is this song in Nate which we have, but that Shama Sundaram Bhavaye. I don't know whether I'll be able to take it for you. Well, let me see. I'll have to practice it. I don't have time to practice. Anyway, so this one I practice only in the bathroom. Every day in the morning I used to sing it in the bathroom. And every time I do, and the more number of times that I sang, the nearer I was getting to make it presentable to you. So, Sundareshwara, Bhageshwari, Suvaradi, Jagadishwari, Chaye, Patitatma, Paritarini, Maye, Paramaguhya, Parabrahma, Sahaye, Madhura, Madhura, Meenakshi. I think I've taken away my whole time for this one song because the song is so beautiful. There's this description of Maya which suits the Swarupa of Ambal, and so it is. I wanted to dwell upon this also. The Srishti, the main thing of this song is that the Srishti is not real. It is only a manifestation. If it was real, then moksha will not be possible. So since it is not real, moksha is possible. So that's why therefore this Maya, the word Maya becomes very important. We all need to understand every time, now and then, every time we have to understand that Brahma, which is Satchidananda, can never change. It is Nitya Swarupa. It is Nitya Swarupa. It can never change. So how does it become this changing creation? It becomes this changing creation only because of the power of Maya, which is Ma. So Ma helps the creation. So therefore she is called Parabrahma Sahaye. Parabrahma Sahaye, the one who helps Parabrahma to bring out this manifestation. Why do you want the creation? We don't want the creation. Because there's a lot of misery and trouble. Yeah, if you don't want the creation, how will your karma get exhausted? Karma has to be exhausted. Karma has to be exhausted. Nobody can, even Ishvara cannot do anything about that. It is his own order. It is his own order. Karma is his own order, but he cannot write off your karma like writing off debts, bad debts in the books of accounts. Like that, he cannot write off our karma. You have to go through that, or you go for the knowledge. Try to understand that you are not this jiva, you are not the individual self, you are the universal self, you are the consciousness, you are Atma. So when you understand that, then you can become free from your prarabdha karma and sanchita karma. Agami karma won't affect you at all. Agami karma is the karma done after knowledge takes place. Agami karma is the karma which is going to be done, and the fruits of that can come later on. But suppose if your doership is falsified, then there won't be any agami karma. Sanchita karma also will get written off. Sanchita karma also will get, it's all burnt actually. It's all burnt. All the karma is burnt in the fire of knowledge. That's what we do actually. We burn our ignorance in the fire of knowledge. That is why it is called yajna. Jnana yajna they call it, They used to call it, Swami Chinmayananda used to call it Jnana yajna. Now also many people continue to use that word, Jnana yajna. Suppose if there is a discourse, suppose if there is a class somewhere, and regularly the chapter is done, this Gita, 5th chapter, 6th chapter, 7th chapter, like that they do in each period of 8 days or 10 days, they have this. The 8-day period is called Jnana yajna, where in the fire of knowledge, all the ignorance is destroyed. It's a beautiful thing to think about. And Gita also, in the Bhagavad Gita also, the Lord mentions about this. He says, Jnanagni Daddha Karmanam Jnanagni, Basmasat Kurute Arjuna. Basmasat Kurute Arjuna means this Jnanagni does Basma of your karma. That means what? It burns away your karma. Once it is burnt away, then it can never become live again. All the karma, all your ignorance is burnt, your jivatvam is burnt, your ignorance of the self is burnt. Now knowledge has taken place, and there is no, after this, there is no karma for you. So that is the way to get moksha. Only by karma, only by knowledge, I can get moksha. Only by jnana, I can give up all my karma also. Karma also, I cannot give up like that. So I give up the karma by the knowledge that I am akarta, I am the non-doer. In my presence, my eyes see, my nose smells, my mouth speaks, my ears hear, my mouth tastes, tongue tastes. There is a sparshendriya, there is a karmendriya. I can run, I can walk, all these things I can do. I can turn my neck this way and all. I can do all that. But what? But all these things are possible only because the Atma blesses. But Atma by itself, it does not do any karma. So till this knowledge takes place, the samsara will go on. Once you get this knowledge, all your karma, sanchita karma of so many janmas, multiple janmas, they'll all get knocked off in one shot. So that is why this song I like very much. It's a song which brings me back to my own self always. So that is why this song is worth contemplating. Even if you cannot sing, if you can sing, it is very good. If you can't sing, just close your eyes, listen to this song. Listen, dwell upon the meaning of this song and feel free. You'll be free. Not feel free. Understand that you are free. If you're feeling that, that feeling will go and come back also. No, you have to understand. Once that understanding comes, once knowledge takes place and the ignorance goes away, then after that, ignorance is not going to come back again. So that's a beautiful thing to think about. The ignorance is driven off once and for all by this knowledge. And who helps in that? That Ma helps in that. Maratangi, Marakatangi Amba. That is Madhura Meenakshi. She does that. She helps me to cross over Maya. So therefore, she is Patitatma. I am a Patitatma. She is Paritarini. I am Patitatma. She is Paritarini. So that's how we look upon this. And so may you also look upon that. I pray to Ma. I pray Ma for showering her infinite grace on all of us, not only Mam Pahi, Sarvajanan, all for all people. Sarvajanan Palaya Palaya, Sarvan Palaya, Janan Palaya Palaya. That's the thing. Okay. So with this, I'll put an end to this class today. I'll meet you next week again. And on that day, we'll do the other one, Bhavaya Paramatmanam, which also helps us to resolve our doership. Okay. I'll talk about that in the next class. Thank you very much. I'll do the prayer. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashyate.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you all. Om Shiva.
Om Swamiji. Thank you. Thank you.
Hariom.
Hariom Swamiji.
Pranam Swami.